Hi, I'm Leo and welcome to School with Me. In this tutorial, we'll be going over function arguments and return values. Alright guys, at the end of this tutorial, if you think the video was helpful, please hit the like button. And if you have anything to say or any questions, just leave a comment. And if you're new, please consider subscribing for more updates. Alright, so basically we use function arguments to put informations into our function declaration, and they are more like variables. So when I go to my code here, now I want this code to say good morning James. So I'm going to write good morning James. Now when I save this and go back to my browser, you'll notice that it's going to say good morning James. So when I reload, it says good morning James. Now let's say I want to change the time of the day and the name of the person, but I don't want to be doing that here. So I'll go to my function here and I'll type my time, I'll put a comma and I'll write name. So now when I do this, instead of having good morning James, I'm going to have my good here, then I'll put a comma, I'll put the time and a comma and the name. Now please take notes, it's going to be the same. The first one here will be the first one here and the second one will be the second one here. So I will come here and say call afternoon. So I'll call afternoon, so it's going to be good afternoon and it's going to be Peter. So when I save and go back to my browser, you'll notice that it's not going to say, you see it says good afternoon Peter. Now it says undefined because I didn't actually give it a return value. Alright, so you can change that anyhow you want it. You can say evening here, and you could say angel here. So when I save and go back to my browser, you'll notice that it's going to say good evening Angel. So you can say it's good evening Angel. So you must note that the first one here will be the first one here. It will also be the first one here. Alright, now you can do it this way or you can just use variables. So using variables, you come here and you put your val, and I'll start with time. My time is going to be morning, and I'll put another variable here and it's going to be name, and it's going to be my neighbors. So when I save, now I'm going to remove this. You'll notice it does the same thing. It's going to say good morning my neighbors. So you can see it says good morning my neighbors. So basically that's what we use the arguments or parameters to do. Like I said, the first one here is going to be the first one here and the second will be the second one here. Alright, the second one is return values. So basically we use the return keyword to terminate a function and return the specified value. Now like I said when I was talking about function arguments, now you will notice that this particular arguments, they are just letters. This is A and B, unlike the previous example which was words, which was time and name. So your arguments or parameters can be a letter or a word. Now secondly, you will notice that the arguments here, they are letters A and B, while this one they are numbers 5 and 7. Now this one here with the function itself is called your formal arguments, while this one is your actual arguments. So we use the return function to terminate the function and give a specified value. Now when I save this and go to my browser, you'll notice that it's not going to give a specified value. You see, it says average is undefined. So when I come here now and say return, I open up my bracket and I'll put the values a plus b divided by 2. Now that's how you find the average of two numbers. Now when I save and go back to my browser, you'll notice that it's going to output the average of these numbers. So you can use this in different ways. I could also come here and now when using this, you must note something. Now your variable, the name of your function here is going to be the same with this, and the function itself or the expression you want to do, which is average, is going to be the same here. So when I change this to, let's say, go and save, when I go back to my browser, you'll notice it's going to give an error. So when I go back here and change it to go, you'll notice that it's going to give you the actual value. So you can see that. So basically I use the return keyword most times when I'm doing very simple calculations. Let's say I want to find the area of a rectangle. So here, let's say I would say calculate area, and I'm using a and b, and the formula for area is a times b, which is length times breadth. So when I save this and put these values, when I go back to my browser and reload, now you'll notice that it's going to. Now JavaScript errors can actually drive you crazy. Now just a semicolon and I already have an error. Now you can't even see where this other error is coming from. Okay, this is area, and this is area. Now when I save and okay, you can see this does not match up with this one. Now please take note that when you in JavaScript functions or in JavaScript as a general, when you write two words, the first letter of the second word must be capitalized. It's very important. If you don't do that, you're also going to have an error. So you can see the average is supposed to say the area. So when I go back, it's going to say area is 35. So it's very important when working with JavaScript to obey all the syntax rules, like your semicolon, your quotation marks, and whatever. Alright guys, that's that for your arguments or parameters and return values. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a nice day.